Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today we will study simple, compound and complex sentences. What is a sentence? A sentence has a subject and a verb and it expresses a complete thought. What is a subject? A subject is the person or thing that does the action. And what is a verb? The verb is the action that we are talking about in a sentence. It is also called the predicate. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words that has its own subject and a verb. Every sentence is a clause, and every sentence has at least one clause, and sometimes it can have more than one clause as well. There are two types of clauses, independent clauses and dependent clauses. Independent clauses can stand alone as a complete sentence. For example, we came late. This gives a complete thought and it is a complete sentence. A dependent clause cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. It depends on another clause to give complete message. For example, because we came late. Let's look at the simple sentences. A simple sentence has a subject, a verb, and it gives a complete thought. For example, Ahmed offers his prayers on time. Ahmed is the subject, offers is the verb, and the sentence communicates a complete thought. Now let's look at the second type of sentences, which is the compound sentence. A compound sentence has two main or independent clauses. Each clause has a subject, a verb, and a complete thought. So both the clauses are independent clauses. I waited for the van, but it was late. You can see that we have put a comma after the first clause. I waited for the van. This is a complete sentence and it can stand alone as a complete sentence, and therefore it is an independent clause. But it was late. It was late is also a complete sentence and it can stand alone as a complete sentence, so therefore it is an independent clause. Before but we have put the comma because after but there is a complete sentence. I waited, it was, so I is the subject and waited is the verb. It is the subject and was is the main verb here. There are 8 coordinating conjunctions which are used in compound sentences: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And you can see that first letter of these words makes the word fanboys. The third type of sentence is the complex sentence. A complex sentence contains an independent or main clause and a dependent clause. He achieved good grades because he worked hard. The first clause, he achieved good grades, is an independent clause, and the second clause, because he worked hard, is a dependent clause. Let's look at more examples. Because he worked hard, he achieved good grades. Now, when we have the dependent clause in the beginning of the sentence, we put a comma after it. I washed my hands before eating the meal. I washed my hands is the independent clause, and before eating the meal is the dependent clause. When I reached home, the front door was already unlocked. When I reached home is the dependent clause, and because it is in the beginning of the sentence, we have put a comma after it. The front door was already unlocked is an independent clause. Let's practice. Identify the sentence types. I cooked and Baji washed. I is the subject, Cooked is the verb. Baji is the subject. Washed is the verb. I cooked is a complete sentence. Baji washed is a complete sentence. So this is a compound sentence. After packing their bags, they went to bed. After packing their bags is a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone as a sentence. They went to bed is a complete sentence. So this is an independent clause. When the dependent clause comes in the beginning of the sentence, we put a comma after it. This sentence is a complex sentence. Ali and Samir have gone to school. In this sentence, we have a compound subject, Ali and Samir, and is not joining two complete sentences. It's just joining two words or two subjects. So this is a compound subject, but the sentence is a simple sentence. Sarah did her homework and completed her unfinished painting. In this sentence, we have a compound predicate. Sarah did her homework and completed her unfinished painting. Although it has and, but it has a compound predicate, the sentence is still a simple sentence. Ahmed recited Quran before going to the mosque. Ahmed recited Quran is a complete sentence, so it is an independent clause. Before going to mosque is a dependent clause because it cannot stand alone as a sentence. Therefore, this sentence is a complex sentence. Let's go over number 3 and 4 again. Ali and Samir. Two subjects joined by the conjunction and. Ali and Samir, compound subjects, have gone to school. The sentence is a simple sentence. Sarah did her homework and completed her unfinished painting. She did 2 tasks, right? So the predicate is a compound predicate, but the sentence is a simple sentence. That's all for today. Jazakallah. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.